Hi guys, Wedge here, and welcome to my playthrough of Pokemon Leaf Green The Twist. It's going to be a randomised Nuzlocke, so let's get on with it. For those of you who don't know what a Nuzlocke is, it's basically a way of making Pokemon a bit more harder, gives you a bit more challenge instead of playing for the usual blah blah blah. If you play these games a couple of times, it kind of gets a bit boring, need to say. So they're also randomised. All Pokemon are randomised. Your starter, trainers, wild Pokemon, including your rivals, they're all randomised. I used the randomiser to randomise all Pokemon. So the rules to this Nuzlocke are, there's basically only two rules. First rule is, the first Pokemon you see in the wild, in a route or anywhere, you have to catch it. You have to catch it. You have to catch it, and you can only catch one Pokemon from that route, so that makes it more interesting. The second rule is, if a Pokemon faints, it's dead. It's over, basically. It's fainted. You can either release it, or you can put it in a box and call it dead. That's the rule I'm going to use. It's not really going to make much difference because I'm not going to use it, and it's going to be interesting. We're going to see how far we get. So let's call him Scrub. Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting because everything's randomised. You can't really prepare yourself. You got to take it as you go, which makes it harder because you don't know what Pokemon you get. You could get something very useless, which you're going to have to try and train up. It might not have any offensive moves, shall we say. Like, you could get Splash, Magikarp with Splash, you could get anything. Anything. So let's go see Professor Oak as we leave. Well, he's going to chase after us as we try to leave. And then he's going to take us back to lab, and we're going to see what starters we're going to get. This is going to be very interesting, because you're not going to get the usual Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. They're going to be random. The only thing I know is I've set it so it's a Pokemon that can have evolved twice. So it could be any Pokemon that evolves twice, and it's going to be the basic Pokemon. So the first stage of the Pokemon. So say like it could be Caterpie, so you get Caterpie, which of course could evolve Metapod, Butterfree. But basically it could be anything. So let's go on this talk and see what we got. Oh, Trapinch. That'd be very interesting. I think ground. That could be very useful. Ooh, Dratini. That would be a good Pokemon. It's very strong, but it's going to be very difficult to train. And I'm sure it only knows Rap to start with. And an Azurill. It's a normal type. It's only a baby, so it's going to be weak. I think it's going to have to be a Trapinch. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Trapinch. And I am going to call it. I'm going to call it to a dear friend of mine, and he basically helped me with my channel, setting it up and everything. And that is Overlord Stanley. I'm not going to fit Overlord Stanley in, so he's just going to be called Overlord. But you should check. You should check him out sometime. Check him out. He does games as well. He's got some interesting playthroughs of different games. So go check him out. He should be in my what's it called, the subscribe channels, friend list, whatever, on my channel. I can't remember what it's called off my head. But he's on there. If not, just type him in, Overlord Stanley. So let's get on with the first battle. Of course, our rivals pick Azurill. So is this going to know Bubble? Because if it does, this could be all over. I hope it doesn't, because if not, it's all over. But being a normal type, I don't think it knows bubble straight away. I don't think it does. So it's telling us how to do our first battle, which we don't really care. So we got Bite, which is a dark move. This could be very handy. I'm glad we got an offensive move. It didn't do a lot. Well, I'm not really surprised because it's normal. What did it use? Was it Growl? So no, Splash and Growl. So basically he's got no offensive moves. See, he's not really going to get anywhere. If this was... Obviously you see, we're going to see our rival later. So it's going to grow levels and stuff. So I'm interested to see how far he gets. I'm just taking it's going to ignore that and just pull up the levels, and it's going to learn everything it can. Which makes it very interesting. So that's our first battle out of the way. I thought it was going to be all over, to be honest. I thought it did no bubble, but obviously not. So let's go on to Route 1. Now I said that you have to catch the very first Pokemon you see on the route. I'm not going to count our first walkthroughs of this grass area because we've got no Pokeballs yet. So once we've got Pokeballs or not, that's it, we're in. And we have to catch the first Pokemon we see. Oh, Blissey! See, at the moment this is just going to be a teaser to see what we could get. Of course we've got Hypercutter, so basically I think all stats cannot be affected by that. I can't remember off the top of my head. This Blissey, it's got a high defense because I think Blissey has the highest defense basic stats of a Pokemon. Don't go on me on that because it used to be at one point, but obviously we've had more generations since then and more Pokemon. But it used to be a very high defensive Pokemon, which made it very useful. And of course it's got different moves to heal your Pokemon in itself. And they're just a bugger. Oh, we're going to go to level 7. Ah, this could be a problem when trying to catch Pokemon. So I'm going to talk to this Pokemon guy who's going to give us a potion. That's what I forgot. I forgot to get the potion out of the box. So while I'm in Viridian City, I will pick up the potion because it might come in very helpful on this Nuzlocke. This Randomised Nuzzlocke, should I say? So I'm going to get through the grass. What else we get? Ooh, a Weepinbell. That could go very useful. Personally, I think I'd prefer a basic Pokemon, not a second evolved Pokemon, because it's going to struggle learning moves until we get the levels up. So it's going to pretty much stay whatever move it's got to start with. So anyway, let's just try and get out of here. I'm hoping I'm not going to go a level again. I really don't want to, but it's gonna. Oh no, it's not going to. I'm going to have to run for Pokemon this next walkthrough. So let's go get that potion. And for lost. Yeah, I'm going to have to heal up while I'm here. I know it said I'm going to run, but it has an ability which allows me not to move, allows me not to run, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. It's going to. I just don't want to. I don't want to take the risk this early on in the game. I've got no other Pokemon. I've got no backup, so to be honest, Trapinch is going to be very useful. So I really do not want to lose it all through this playthrough. It's very useful for this Nuzlocke. So I've healed up, and I'm gonna go get Oak's parcel, which personally to this day I think he should go get himself. I mean, he's got the other spare Pokemon, the one to use that Dratini. Sure, it only knows Rap, but that's enough to get him through the wild grass, I think. He's got no excuses. But then again, we will not get the very useful item, the Pokedex, so I suppose it's necessary to get it. So anyway, we're gonna go back to Pallet Town via Route 1. But I'm going to avoid the grass, because I don't think we've seen all the Pokemon we could see. So I'm going to try skipping the grass. Or the grass we can anyway. Of course we get to the end and we can't. Anyway, get through with no battles. So we're going to go back to the lab, give him his parcel. We're going to talk a load. He's going to give us the Pokedex, which is not necessary for this playthrough really, because the goal is not to catch them all. The goal is to simply get through the game, get all the badges, do the Elite Four, and see how far we get in this Nuzlocke. I'm going to set a goal. I want to at least beat Brock, the first gym leader. I'm not worried what we're going to catch, because his Pokemon are going to be randomised himself. So it's not going to be essential to get something that's going to be Rock type. He could get a Rock type, but basically we're going to have to deal with it as it comes. That's what makes this Nuzlocke so challenging and interesting, because you don't know what you're going to come against. You just don't know, because everything's randomised. Everything is randomised. All the Pokemon are randomised, so you could be like, oh yes, I'm going to beat this Brock, is Rock type, I've got a Water type, I'm just going to beat him with Bubble, whatever. And he has a Grass type, which, who knows, who knows. We can catch several Pokemon before we even get to him, so thankfully we'll have a choice. So of course now I've got the Pokeball, so here's where the fun gets. The first Pokemon we see in the grass, we catch. I know a lot of people are going to probably disagree with this, but in this Nuzlocke, the first Pokemon you see, you catch. If you kill it, if you faint it, I'm not going to say, oh that's it, you can't catch it. You can go back in the grass and try and find it, but it has to be the same Pokemon. So if I beat this Weepinbell now, which I don't think I will in one bite, no. So if I beat this in one, I would come back and I would get a Weepinbell. So let's just use a Pokeball and to catch our first Pokemon, which hopefully will be Weepinbell. Nope, it's going to have a high catch rate because it's a second evolved Pokemon. It's going to be a run. It's going to be a run. One more Pokeball I think, if not I'm going to have to run. I'm going to have to run. 1, 2, 3, yes. So we've got our first Pokemon, so we've got Weepinbell and we've got Trapinch. So I'm going to call this from another friend of mine. His name is, well his channel is YoshiVsjoshi. So I'm going to nickname him Yoshi. He has helped me with my channel, he's given me some advice. He plays a lot of Pokemon, he has a lot of Pokemon videos, so if you're a Pokemon fan, definitely go check him out. He plays competitive. I've already got that. He plays competitive. So definitely check him out. Any other what Pokemon here I think I'm gonna have to run away from. So I'm gonna wrap up this episode. I know we haven't got very far progress wise, but this time's getting on and I don't want to make these videos too long so you don't get bored and uninterested. So what I'm going to say is like, comment, subscribe, usual YouTube stuff. The first person to comment on this video, I will name a Pokemon after you, I think. So if you want a Pokemon named after you, comment. Say anything nice, it could be bad. You could say a possible improvement to this video or this series, so either way I'm going to say ciao for now, bye, thank you, this is Wedge out and I hope to see you again, so thank you, bye.